Long ago, in the busy heart of Lagos, Nigeria, there lived a young man named Kato and his younger sister Amina. They lived in a small wooden house near the edge of the city, close to the lagoon. Every morning, they could hear the sound of the waves and smell the smoke from food sellers along the streets. Kato and Amina were orphans. Their parents had died when they were still very young, leaving them with nothing but love for each other. They sold fruits and roasted groundnuts at the market to survive. Though they had little, they were happy. Amina often sang while arranging their fruits. Her soft voice made people stop and buy more. "Brother," she would say, smiling, "as long as we have each other, we will never go hungry." Kato would laugh. "True talk, my sister. God will bless our hard work one day." One evening, after selling all their fruits, Kato took a shortcut home through a narrow street behind the market. The sun was setting, painting the sky orange and red. As he walked, his foot hit something hard. He looked down and saw an old clay pot half buried in the sand. It was dusty and cracked, with strange carvings like ancient writing. Curious, he picked it up. The moment he touched it, a deep voice came from inside the pot. "Kato of Lagos, whoever owns me will have all the gold he desires. But remember, share what you receive. If greed enters your heart, I will take what you love most." Kato jumped back in fear, dropping the pot. His heart pounded, but then he thought about all his struggles, the hot sun, the long days at the market, the hunger. He picked up the pot again. "Gold?" he whispered. "Maybe this is how God wants to bless me." He took the pot home and hid it in their small kitchen. The next morning, Kato whispered to the pot, "Please give me gold." To his surprise, the pot shook and spilled shiny gold coins onto the floor. His eyes widened. He shouted, "Amina, come and see." Amina ran in, gasping, "Brother, where did this come from?" He smiled proudly. "A gift from the gods, my sister. Our days of suffering are over." At first, Kato used the gold wisely. He bought food, clothes, and even gave some to poor children in the neighborhood. People began to call him Kato the Generous. He helped widows, repaired broken roads, and donated to the church. Amina was happy. "Brother, you are a blessing to Lagos." Kato would smile and say, "We must always give, just as the pot gives to us." But as months passed, Kato began to change. He wanted more gold, more than he needed. He stopped going to the market and spent all his time with the pot. Every morning he whispered, "More gold, more." His room filled with piles of coins. Soon, people started gossiping. "Have you seen Kato lately? He no longer greets anyone. He has forgotten where he came from." Even Amina noticed it. One evening, she came to him and said softly, "Brother, we have enough. Let's help the orphan children in our street again." Kato frowned. "Don't tell me what to do. You think I worked this hard to give it all away?" Tears filled Amina's eyes. "Brother, this gold is changing you. Go away," he shouted. "You know nothing about success." Amina quietly left the room, her heart heavy with sadness. That night, Kato woke up to a strange sound coming from the pot. It was shaking violently. A golden light filled the room. Then he heard the same deep voice. "Kato, you have broken the law of giving. You love gold more than goodness. Now greed will take what you love most." Kato shouted, "No, please." But it was too late. The pot cracked open and a flash of light filled the house. When he ran to Amina's room, she was gone. Her bed was empty, her clothes still folded. Only her singing voice echoed faintly, like a whisper carried by the wind. Kato screamed and ran into the street. "Amina! Amina!" He ran from house to house, through the market to the lagoon, but she was nowhere to be found. For days, he searched Lagos, crying her name. People pitied him, but no one could help. Finally, weak and hopeless, Kato went to Mama Zuba, a wise old woman who lived by the edge of the city, near the third mainland bridge. When she saw him, she shook her head. "Kato, child of Lagos, I warned people long ago. Gold without sharing brings sorrow. Greed is a spirit that steals love and peace. He fell to his knees. "Please, Mama Zuba, I've lost my sister." "Tell me what to do," she said gently. "To find her, you must give away everything the pot gave you." "Only then will your heart be clean again," Kato cried. "But if I give it all away, I'll have nothing left." Mama Zuba looked at him with kind eyes. "Then you will finally have peace." So Kato began to give everything away. He sold his fine clothes, gold chains, and even his big new house. He fed the hungry, paid for children's school fees, and helped widows rebuild their homes. At first, people thought he had gone mad, but soon they saw the change in his eyes. The pride was gone, replaced by peace. Every night, he sat by the lagoon, praying and calling his sister's name. He promised the heavens he would never be greedy again. One morning, just as the sun rose over the Lagos lagoon, Kato heard a soft voice singing the same market song he used to hear every morning. He turned, and there stood Amina, holding a basket of fruits. She looked just as she had before. Kato ran and hugged her tightly. "Is it really you?" She smiled. "Yes, brother. When greed took your heart, it took me too. But when you gave back with love, the spirit released me." Kato fell to his knees, crying, "I am sorry, Amina. I let gold blind me." She touched his face gently. "True wealth is not what we hold in our hands. It's what we hold in our hearts." From that day, Kato and Amina returned to their simple life. They went back to the market, sold fruits, and helped others with joy. Kato never wished for gold again. Instead, he became known as Kato the Kind, a man whose story taught all of Lagos the danger of greed. Moral of the story: greed can steal more than gold. It can steal love, peace, and family. True riches come from kindness, honesty, and a heart that shares.